How I attached that, I only got it slightly wet and then dried it off with the towel. And you're remembering that your centering hand is your left one, and then when you open it, the centering hand goes inside. Okay, hi, come on in. Did you just add the class?
No, I was in fire academy for the first 2 days.
Oh, okay. Oh, welcome. Well, we're starting a little early, but I'm gonna repeat everything, so those who are coming in on time aren't really gonna miss anything. I'm just reviewing the cylinder. This was the first assignment, and today, if you got any cylinders done, I would love to look at them. But if you did not get any cylinders done, you may go ahead and just start in your bowls, because you don't really get graded on your half cylinders. I just want to see what's happening and that you know what's happening. So if you want to pass off some cylinders with me this week, you may. And I would love to be able to see what you're doing. But if you're too embarrassed, it's okay. I'm not going to force you to show me the cylinders that you made.
I have no shame.
But I would like to see what's happening. Either way, I'll be walking around and helping. Okay. So we got your centering. This clay's a little stiffer, so I have to work it a little bit more. Sometimes you might want to cone up with the stiffer clay, because it got a little drier. You're not late. We're just kind of started early. Did I leave the clock in there? I did. Good. This slip, just liquid clay, it's so nice. I don't really ever wash it off until I'm ready to take my piece off the wheel. All right, so people who are coming on time, don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. We'll repeat some of it. So the trick is, some of you said you have a thicker wall on one side. So let's see if I can create that intentionally. I'm trying to.
She's like, I'm just so
Intentional. Let me see eye candy.
Yeah, because you work so long on trying to get it like centered all the time, right? So it's kind of like, let's say that the outside's centered, but you can see that that inside is not quite centered. That's already, you've made the walls uneven. So when you have it kind of that open, you can even have it a little more open, but you have to have thicker walls to correct it. Your hand is still in the centering position. It's creating a wall. And you can use your sponge if that's helpful to you. And I'm just going to compress the clay between my hands. So I'm pushing with this hand towards my outside hand. And you can kind of even that out. I'm pressing down with these fingers over the top so it doesn't climb too much. Because if I start compressing, it's going to want to start climbing and opening up, right? Or making them thinner. So I'm compressing down any way I can. Sometimes I close my eyes to make sure it feels, a little more centered. So 7 o'clock fix. Somebody else called it something else, but I'm calling it the 7 o'clock fix, where my hand's at 7 o'clock on the wheel. All right. Remember, if you get a lot of lake water going, you want to get rid of that. Next step is I want to compress the bottom. Well, before I compress it, I guess I need to see if it's not too thin. It's a little thick.
Or you get one for the same thickness as the cylinders?
That's generally.
Okay.
Yeah, but it depends. You could have a different design in mind, and you might want to go thicker. And I can show you something like that later on.
can I see how you're
gonna
doing
do
the
a bottom.
bottom?
Okay, so I'm in the center, and my hands are linked, and it's a kind of centering speed. I'm compressing the
Oh,
bottom.
and you're going out.
Yeah, so center out. You could come towards yourself too, but I find that I gouge with my fingernails sometimes if I pull this way. So if I'm at center and go to 3 o'clock, and I don't have that gouging and the clay's going away from me, so it's easier to get that. And then if I want to have a nice sharp edge, then I just turn my hand out this way and catch it with my nail right there. All right. So it's about 4 fingers wide. How are we on time? I'm just reviewing the cylinders for those who arrived. And see how this is rounded? I'm just going to compress it in. My hands are linked, my elbows are in close to my body. Take care of the rim at 6 o'clock. That's a nice strong position to be in because my arms are nice and tight here. Makes it steady. Now I use these fingers on the inside as a wall. And this hand gives way if I want to create that tapered look instead of flared. So this hand pushes out. Now if I'm going to make a bowl, that's where I let this hand out and this one pushes out. It's just gonna create the shape differently. But for a cylinder, I'm just gonna come up. My hands are linked in some way. And you might want to take care of your rim every time. And see, the wall thickness is pretty even. If you had that uneven wall thickness from time to time, you can make it kind of work. It's gonna bother you, but in the beginning it happens a lot. Remember, just kind of at the same position where I'm taking care of the rim, I just come over this way, lean this against my thumb, and cut through. Once I can feel the needle tool on my inside finger, then I know I've gone all the way through. Again, take care of the rim, even it out. It's getting a little bit dry, so I'm gonna add some more water on the inside. You can see the speed I'm going, kind of matching the rate of turn. That jerking is because it got a little dry. It was catching. I'm gonna push this clay in down here because it's quite thick. I know in the beginning it's kind of confusing to try to see because it's not translucent or transparent. How am I lining up my fingers? I have the sponge there so you can't see, and then you can either do it right there matching up together or have it below. I tend to have it below. I first learned to throw with my knuckle. That's the way they taught us to do it, and it was kind of like below. And that's why you can see that lump that travels up.